You will remove that Medal of Honor immediately. This court will not be mocked, the judge barked, slamming his gavel so hard the sound echoed like thunder across the courtroom. All eyes turned to the woman standing at attention in full navy dress blues. Commander Sarah Locke didn't flinch. Her uniform was crisp, her back straight. The Medal of Honor glinted under the courtroom lights, pinned to her chest like a quiet challenge. Gasps filled the gallery. Several spectators stood with hands over their hearts. Some clutched framed photos of loved ones lost in service. But the judge didn't care. He pointed at her with disgust. This is a civilian courtroom, not your little war parade. Sarah remained silent, unshaken. You will remove it, or I will hold you in contempt, the judge snapped, his voice rising with each word. But she just looked at him, not with anger, not even defiance, but with a calm that rattled everyone more than shouting ever could. Then finally she spoke. Sir, I wear this medal not to glorify war, but to honor the lives it cost. Her voice was steady, controlled, sharp enough to cut through the tension in the room. But the judge scoffed. You military types think the rules don't apply to you. This is my courtroom, and I won't be intimidated by decorations. Decorations. Someone in the crowd gasped audibly. That decoration had been awarded after Sarah carried 3 wounded teammates through enemy fire for over a mile, refusing evacuation until every man on her unit was accounted for. She took a sniper's bullet through her side and kept going. It was one of the rarest honors, and she never once spoke about it publicly. Today she only wore it because the hearing involved her fallen brothers, men who died in that very mission. This courtroom wasn't about her. It was about the truth, and the judge wanted to silence it. He leaned forward. Remove it, Commander, or leave. She slowly unpinned the medal. The room fell utterly silent. But then, instead of handing it to the bailiff, Sarah walked over to a mother in the front row, a woman holding a folded flag in her lap, tears streaming down her face, and placed the medal gently in her hands. This belongs to your son more than it ever did to me. The woman broke down, sobbing. Sarah turned and walked out without another word. But she didn't need to speak. The gallery erupted. Veterans stood and saluted. Family members rose in outrage. One by one, spectators began to walk out in protest. It was like a dam broke. And suddenly, reporters started asking questions. Why was a Medal of Honor recipient being silenced? Why was a decorated Navy SEAL treated like a criminal for simply honoring the fallen? Within 24 hours, the story exploded. Footage of the judge berating her went viral. Headlines everywhere condemned his conduct. Veterans organizations called for his removal. Petitions gained millions of signatures. Even members of Congress weighed in. And that's when it unraveled. Because people started digging. Turns out, this wasn't the judge's first abuse of power. Suppressed testimonies, mysterious case dismissals. A pattern of hostility toward veterans and active service members. Sarah's quiet defiance had pulled back the curtain on a far deeper corruption. Within a week, the judge was suspended pending investigation. A month later, he was disbarred. Sarah never spoke to the press. She didn't need to. Because real honor doesn't shout. It doesn't seek attention. It doesn't need the spotlight. It shows up. It stands tall. It speaks only when necessary. And when it does, it changes everything. Her backstory: Sarah Locke grew up the daughter of a janitor and a nurse. No military background, no handouts. She was rejected by 2 different military branches before qualifying for SEAL training. The first woman in her class to pass without retest. She served in 3 theaters, led over a dozen Black Ops missions, and received the Medal of Honor for a rescue mission that the government never fully declassified. But none of that ever made her arrogant. What made her stand out was her silence, the way she let actions speak. And that's what made the courtroom go still. That's what made the judge lose control, because she wasn't afraid of him. And he was afraid of her, not because of the uniform, but because of the truth she carried. Truth wrapped in sacrifice, truth that doesn't need approval to be valid. And when she handed that medal to a grieving mother, everyone watching realized something. You don't wear honor on your chest. You wear it in your choices. And sometimes the most powerful act of rebellion is respect. If this story moved you, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this one. You never know, the next one might just change your life.